الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله وكفى والصلاة والسلام على عباده الذين اصطفى سلام على المرسلين. Respected listeners, it is the aqidah of Ahlul Sunnati wal Jama'ah that the Messenger sallallahu alayhi wa alihi wasallam went on Meraj. He ascended the heavens physically. Today we have some people who call themselves modernists, who claim that the Messenger alayhi salatu salam did not ascend the heavens with his noble body. Rather, it was a spiritual ascension. However, when one looks at the Quran and Sunnah, the aqidah of this ummah, one comes to realize that our belief is that the Messenger alayhi salatu salam ascended the heavens physically. The first part of the journey was from the noble city of Makkah al-Mukarramah to Bayt al-Maqdis, wherein Masjid al-Aqsa is situated. In the hadith of Muslim, the Messenger sallallahu alayhi wa alihi wasallam said, "As I passed by Kathib al-Ahmar, a red hill, I saw Musa alayhi salam qa'imun yusalli fi qabrih, stood in his grave offering salah." And there are many narrations on this topic that al-anbiya'u ahya'un fi quburihim yusallun, that the Prophets alayhimus salam are alive in their graves offering salah. And many narrations to the effect that when salutations and durood are sent upon the Messenger sallallahu alayhi wasallam from a distance, the angels convey this durood to the Messenger alayhi salam himself. And when durood is read in front of the noble chambers of the Messenger alayhi salam, the Messenger sallallahu alayhi wasallam hears it himself. And this is our creed. The Prophets alayhimus salam are alive in their graves. Yes, they've left this world, death came upon them, but in their graves they are alive. And this is proven through many narrations of the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa alihi wasallam. And then the Messenger alayhi salam ascended the heavens, and on each heaven, on each sky, he met a different prophet, until he reached the arsh and throne of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Ulama mention there are many wisdoms behind the Messenger alayhi salam being called on Mi'raj. Some of them, number one, so that Allah ta'ala could talk directly to the Messenger alayhi salatu wassalam, i'zazan. Whereas the norm for wahi was that wahi would come through Jibreel alayhi salam, whether it be in the form of a man or the actual form of Jibreel alayhi salam. Secondly, just like the inhabitants of the earth were blessed with being able to see the noble face of the Messenger alayhi salam, Allah Ta'ala wanted to give this honor to the inhabitants of the sky, i.e. the angels. But I want to make a very important creedal point. Some people like to opine from this story of Mi'raj that ma'ad Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is sat on the throne. Hence Allah Ta'ala called the Messenger alayhi salam to the arsh. This is not the creed of Ahlul Sunnati wal Jama'ah, the Asha'ira Maturidiyya. And this story does not prove this point of Aqidah also. So the question is, why has Allah Ta'ala, or why did Allah Ta'ala call his Habib sallallahu alayhi wasallam to the heavens? This was to show the status of the Messenger alayhi salam. So when you and I want to converse with Allah, Allah Ta'ala gives us tawfiq to come to the masjid and converse with him. This is the status of the general believer. And when it comes to the status of a Nabi like Musa alayhi salam, Allah Ta'ala calls him to Mount Tur and converses with him there. But when it comes to the status of Nabiyul Anbiya, the prophet of all prophets, Allah Ta'ala does not call him to a normal masjid. Allah Ta'ala does not call him to Mount Tur. Rather, to show his status, Allah Ta'ala calls him to the Arsh. So this is not to signify a place for Allah, but to show the maqam and the status of the Messenger sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wasallam. And to show the fadila, the virtue of the Messenger alayhi salam over the angels. Because the angels could not go past a certain area through which the Messenger alayhi salam himself passed. And this is where this ummah gained the gift of 5 times salah. And this story would have been narrated many a times. That initially salah was prescribed upon this ummah as 50. And the Messenger alayhi salam, for the sake of this ummah, went again and again asking Allah Ta'ala to reduce the number of salawat. And Allahu Akbar, from 50, salah was made 5. But the mercy of Allah dictates that the ummah will read 5 salah. But Allah Ta'ala will still give this ummah the reward of 50. May Allah Ta'ala enable all of us to be punctual in our salat and give us the ability to keep firm and study the creed of Ahlul Sunnah. Wa akhiru da'wana and alhamdulillah rabbil alamin.